I want to talk about 3 big reasons to train with weights. I'll be honest, there have been times in my adult life when I've thought to myself, what if I just stopped trying to stay fit and just relax and just let it all go? What would it be like to completely disregard my diet, eat whatever I want, whenever I want, and let whatever vanity I may have just fly out the window? Maybe you've had thoughts like that as well. I don't know. But the truth is, even if there's some lingering appeal to doing this, I've never actually been able to throw in the towel and just give up where my fitness has been concerned. I was never a college athlete, but growing up in Texas, I ran track and I played football in high school. And there was a big emphasis on weight training, even for young athletes way back in the 70s. And that emphasis left an indelible mark on me. And I've literally spent the last 45 years conditioned to want to stay conditioned. And consequently, even though I've had some very defined gaps in my life where I've had little time to exercise consistently, such as when I was a surgery resident and working 100 plus hours per week in a trauma hospital for several years back to back, I've otherwise always been committed to maintaining a certain level of fitness with the goal of avoiding weight gain and trying to maintain some semblance of a physique that I was okay with. In fact, I was at my heaviest during my surgical residency training, where I gained 30 pounds above my ideal weight during that period of time. And though I ultimately lost that weight that I gained over those years and got back to a fitter place after leaving my training, I regained about the same amount of weight once again after a lot of stress and turmoil following the closure of a business after the 2008 recession. And though I ultimately lost that weight too, had it not been for my involvement in athletics when I was younger and learning the benefits of strength training at an early age, to be honest, I don't know whether I would have had the tools needed to make my way back to what I consider my fitness baseline. But regardless, this is where I find myself today. 63 years of age, almost 3 months post-op from a total hip replacement, fighting to maintain my overall strength, my cardiovascular fitness, and with a continued focus on trying to stay lean and maintaining my muscle mass. But is it really worth the effort to build or maintain muscle as we get older? And how important is it really, beyond whatever benefits may be associated with maintaining a particular physical aesthetic and looking good in and out of our clothes, is it really worth the time and effort it takes to keep training with weights and trying to get stronger as an adult? You may already know the answer to that question, and it may be crystal clear to you just what that answer is to you personally. You may not have grown up in an environment that promoted athletics or fitness, and the reality is that many people likely don't give any thought whatsoever to the idea of improving their health or changing their body through diet and fitness. And to take that a step further, some people are so far removed from fitness and strength training as a priority that they may actually live a life of blissful inactivity along with complete dietary disregard and be happy as clams in that lifestyle. But today I want to talk to you about 3 big reasons to consider taking a close look at where you happen to be physically, and to at least consider adding a strength training regimen to your weekly activities, no matter what age you happen to find yourself at right now. In the Journal on Active Aging, a 2016 article titled "Why Muscle Mass Matters" mentioned that after the age of 40, adults may lose 8% of their muscle mass per decade. The process then accelerates after 70 years of age, where the rate of muscle loss almost doubles up to 15% per decade. So, number 1, the first reason that muscle is important is that when we lose muscle mass and in the process lose the strength that muscle provides to the body, we diminish the body's ability to support itself structurally. We need muscle to provide support to maintain our posture, to keep us upright, as well as to maintain our core strength and to be able to roll over and to get our bodies out of bed each day. Muscle is necessary to maintain our balance, to circulate blood throughout the body, to stabilize our joints, to protect vital organs within the chest and the abdomen. And with every breath that we take, it's muscle that allows us to expand the chest and take in oxygen as we breathe. Number 2, our skeletal muscle represents the body's largest and most metabolically active tissue, where our ability to burn calories and lose weight is concerned. We know that the more active muscle that we have, the easier it is to lose weight. And that's why it's often easier for men to lose weight in comparison to women, because in general, men tend to have a higher percentage of active skeletal muscle relative to women. Men and women do have all of the same skeletal muscles, but in general, men tend to have more active mass where these muscles are concerned. But regardless of these differences between gender, active, healthy skeletal muscle affects our metabolism in positive ways that we can intentionally influence through strength training. And this is really an awesome thing because so many people erroneously believe that their thyroid is the most significant body organ in regard to influence over their metabolism. I can't tell you how many patients over the years have told me, "Doc, my metabolism is broken because I have low thyroid function." And while it may be true that the thyroid gland does play an important role in metabolism and our ability to gain or lose weight, I truly believe the thyroid has falsely been given a greater reputation than it deserves as the supreme authority and regulator over metabolism. But from the standpoint of fat burning capability, I'll pit active skeletal muscle over someone's thyroid gland any day of the week for someone who's willing to commit to a regular schedule of strength training and to feed their body accordingly. In fact, there are plenty of people who may have had their thyroid gland removed for some medical reason, but who are still able to sculpt and shape their bodies and become lean by focusing on training all of their major muscle groups on a regular basis and feeding those muscles for growth. So understanding the ability that you have to exert influence over your metabolism through the process of strength training is truly a gift. Number three, third and lastly, is that skeletal muscle also influences our bone health and the tendency of our bones to maintain their strength. As we target our skeletal muscle using weight, those muscles are attached to the various bones of our bodies by tendons at the ends of each muscle. And as our muscles are progressively challenged in the process of weight training, that stress is transmitted through the tendon to the bones of the body, and it stimulates a process called remodeling. Remodeling causes the bones to become stronger as older bone is resorbed and new, stronger bony material is laid down or deposited. So in the process of strengthening and building our skeletal muscle, in addition to our muscle giving us all the structural and metabolic benefits that I mentioned previously, the process of maintaining our muscle mass also strengthens our bones in addition. And this becomes even more important as we get older, especially because if our bones are allowed to become fragile, the risk of falls, injuries, and fractures increases. And one of the primary injuries that can lead to immobilization and also the potential for an early demise is an unexpected fall and fracture of someone's hip. No one ever plans to fall, but as an ER doctor, I can tell you that the risk of falling increases with age, and no human being alive is without this risk. So, the stronger you're able to keep your body as you age, all the better. Muscle is like an insurance policy, and by taking care of our muscle mass and keeping ourselves strong, fit, and healthy, it has the capacity to pay us dividends. Muscle protects us, and without it, we're not only weaker, but we're also more vulnerable as well. You don't have to become a bodybuilder to benefit from what your muscle mass has to offer you, but you don't want to ignore how important muscle is to your overall health. Thanks for watching today. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and please share this video with someone you feel might benefit from watching it. Be well, and I will see you in the next video.